other day, the leader of the opposition accused me of ignoring unemployment. Ignoring unemployment. And I have to say, that is the most scandalous nonsense. In the years that I have been your Prime Minister, I have worked unceasingly to reduce unemployment and to provide genuine jobs for the people of Britain. No one, and let me repeat, no one feels more deeply about the unemployed than I do. But let me also say this.
Dan, I keep doing that.
I would be doing no favor to the unemployed if I said to them, the job...
Do you think we've made an honest man of him? I mean, never mind what he's saying. Is that the face of a Prime Minister from whom you'd buy a used car?
Dan, the man, admitted me.
How much does it cost, this car?
Remember, we go to the polls on Thursday. That's really rather a tepid response to our leader after all we've done for him.
Modulated his voice, slowed down his delivery, rewritten his speeches, schooled him in sincerity.
In election week, we expect a more enthusiastic response.
And so I say, give us another term. Let us finish the job we started. The economy will revive. You and I, together, will watch unemployment coming down.
Well, it's got an enthusiastic audience, unless it's a tape. Leave those cherries. Now, come on, we'll open the door. And then bed.
He may be in trouble. Sork brought in the Brighton paper. Brighton fire disaster, deaths in smoke-filled veterans' home.
What? Hello, with you in a minute.
Hello.
This particular veterans' home was a Paramore system building put up for Brighton Council by Parlett Construction.
He's not.
He is. 24 years old.
Yeah, feels like 51 and a half. Listen, I've made a resolution that I'm taking care of my body so that I age gracefully and in the fullness of time become a patriarch, an earth father. From this moment, I've decided that I can live without pharmacology.
Oh, but Dusty, it's election week. I mean, think of all the unemployment you'll cause.
So what about the backbench MP, the one who had the report?
Jonathan Dacre, member for Leeds North and Avondale. Apparently the powers that be are asking very much the same question. What about Jonathan Dacre?
Good evening, one and all. Drinks, in there.
Gentlemen, the question is, what are we going to do about Jonathan Dacre? I mean, that's where this discussion eventually leads us. If he does as he suggests, goes to the press, tells them that a cabinet minister and a prime minister held back a report on faulty buildings, we shall be held responsible, publicly responsible, for the deaths of these 5 men.
6.
6?
Another one died in hospital. He was 73, in bad health anyway. They never expected him to survive.
Yes, but I thought the Prime Minister had seen Dacre, pointed out that he was jeopardizing his party's chances of re-election.
Oh, he has, indeed. Yeah, Neville had a chat with Jonathan, and Jonathan agreed to keep quiet until after the election. That's part of our problem.
Jonathan now tells me the old boy has a rather Shakespearean turn of phrase. He has blood on his hands. Had he not agreed to keep quiet, this might never have happened. He will, I quote, be silent no longer.
He must be encouraged to be silent.
Look, we can always skip this party and go to bed somewhere.
Who goes to bed at this hour?
You know what's going to happen, don't you? Go in there and it'll be, hey, Mike, see any good theatre recently? Did you catch the Woody Allen movie? And I think Woody Allen's about as funny as having root canal work done in your teeth.
Conversation isn't really your thing, is it?
Listen, there's all sorts of things I can talk about. It happen to be different from this lot.
Oh, yeah? What about your wife? Did you ever have a conversation with her?
Conversation with my wife? You ought to meet her sometime. Defrost her with a blowtorch to get her mouth to open.
You two all right? Fine, Sarah. Full of lively conversation and ready for verbal intercourse with anyone.
Evening, Sarah. Sarah! Oh, call this a summer election.
Come in then, but just before you start partying, Nick, could I say something about whatever sort of relationship we have? For example, that it does not include getting out of my bed and playing innocent games of does she love me, does she not with Sally.
Sally's in the car.
That's what I mean. You see, 10 years ago, I might have enjoyed this sort of romantic drama, competing with my secretary for some bright-eyed boy. Not now, okay?
Sorry, lost a lipstick. It is tonight. Drinks.
Oh, yes. Yes, it's tonight. Come in. Has the makings of a jolly little Lisa.
Time we went our separate ways.
May I just see that I have this clear? You, Minister, are going to suggest the strong possibility of libel suits to the various editors of the Nationals.
Me, not at all. Most inappropriate for a Minister of the Crown. No, the good Lord Haston will make that suggestion in appropriately minatory legal language when I ask him to. And all the libel suits will be in Julian's name. If anyone can afford to sue, Julian can.
Does Julian know this?
Not yet. David, let me make it clear. We want no connection made. Absolutely no connection between one of our ministers and these damn card houses he keeps building.
Well, I thought, right, I had the impression that the Minister had severed all connection with the company.
Oh, he has. Oh, he has.
Yes, but nominee holding or not, that Julian still has a few £1 million in parlours. And the wretched company, apart from putting up these sadly temporary constructions, still bears his name. Whatever the legalities, that is not going to look like the white unspotted snow.
Well, not a couple of days before an election.
Francis?
Stephen said you had a meeting about this bloody firm the minister owns. How did it go?
It was awful. I had to leave. There's nothing more I could do. I mean, the whole thing scares the hell out of me. It has the makings of an electoral disaster. It was extraordinary. Seems to think just because they've swept all the political scandals under the carpet for the last 3 years, they can do the same with this one.
Can't they?
Well, I sincerely hope they can.
Come through to the kitchen. There's some mulled wine which nobody's drinking.
What you can do in 3 years, what you can do in 36 hours are entirely different things. I mean, people may have short memories. They're longer than that. You don't need scotch, do you?
The doctor told him, keep it warm between your thighs, right? Yeah, so he says, how can I bring it into your surgery if I'm holding it between my thighs? And the doctor got really short with him and said, all right, put it up your armpit then.
The thing is, you see it as a choice between two men. That's why it's difficult. The answer is not to regard it as a choice at all. Regulate the flame of desire downward till you don't want either of them, till you don't desire any more.
Or you could take men out of the equation altogether.
The whole thing's about as watertight as a calendar.
David, have you met Alice?
No.
Linda's friend.
I love that use of the word friend. As in, I'll take this through to my friend.
Dusty. Not in my kitchen.
Sorry. Strictly therapeutic.
Well, what about first thing in the morning, working breakfast?
Okay, 8 o'clock, friend.
I'm talking serious money.
Who on earth brought Warren's daughter?
I'm in loco parentis.
Well, you're about the right age. And what happens if her actual parent arrives?
Can't do this 24 hours of a bloody day, Francis.
We've both had to come back. Some things, unfortunately, won't wait.
Tonight there's been a
Went
shock
out an
claim
hour
over
ago.
the fire at West Park Veterans Home, in which 6 people have already died. A structural engineer claims that the building wasn't safe, and he says the proof is in a report that has been kept secret for 6 months. The Paramore building system used to construct
What radio
the
station
home
is it?
wasn't
Southdown.
satisfactory, according
Commercial.
to the engineer,
Afraid so.
who's been employed for over 6 years as a ministry consultant. But when the report was submitted, the government failed to act on it. Now the engineer says he may publish the report himself and face being sacked.
No mention of Julian yet. Here's Haston's home number.
Very well. I'll try and get the noble lord to leave his ermine-trimmed bed.
Thank you for coming. I hope you know what the parental role involves and doesn't involve. Good night.
Let me check that legal bit tomorrow morning, then maybe we could all meet for lunch.
Oh, that would be wonderful. Get her home safely. Good night.
No.
Can I, give you a lift somewhere?
I'm staying with Alice. You could take me.
Alessandra's gone. Had a considerable falling out with Mike.
Well, this missed it. Is Fulham on the way?
I'm sure it is. To somewhere.
Good night.
No.
Good night.
Have you seen Kim?
I'm not in the building yet.
She's not in the bloody building.
There is a political volcano about to blow, and you're chasing a kid you spent last night with.
I did not spend last night with Kim.
Oh, bad
Silly
luck.
little bitch ran off early hours of the morning. And she must have been through all my papers. She's taken that report out of my flat.
Not the one you copied out of the minister's case. You haven't got the sense you were born with, have you?
Look, walk down to the car with
No,
me, would you
Stephen.
please? There was a note. Kim says she's going to give the Paramore report to all the papers.
Oh.
Sarah, I could go down for this. She'll tell them where it came from.
I might say fooling around with a kid Kim's age, you deserve whatever you get.
Look, I know you don't particularly approve of me. There are times when I don't particularly approve of myself, but I mean, just try and understand what makes one act like this.
Satirisis.
I'm serious. I mean, think what it's been like for me, never getting beyond account director, watching you come into the agency a year later, then getting onto the board. Are you surprised I fool around a bit? But all that would go if I had something real to do. That's why it's vital I get my own agency off the ground. Do that, I can do something worthwhile with my energy. I mean, I can stop David pulling Gordon's legs off one by bloody one, get Helen working again.
Yeah, what about the rest of my staff? You're headhunting them. What happens if you move out tomorrow? You're going to leave me running a department on my own?
Look, I mean, this is not the best time to talk about this, but we're still hoping that you'll be creative director of the agency. How does Lockhead, Hallam and Copeland sound?
What happens if I don't like the sound of it? I'm already creative director of this agency.
Yeah, well, if Paramore goes public, you won't have an agency. Listen, the three of us walk out together, we can take 50 million in accounts out of this place. It's not bad seed money.
What else might make me want to move?
With us, you'd be a major shareholder. You'd be on a board of 5, not 9. You'd have an equity stake, second company car, health insurance, tax-free pension, school fees. Look, if you ever decided to sell your shares, you would be a seriously rich lady. Now, what do you think?
First thing I think, I want that in writing today.
You shall have it. And look, I'll eat ashes, wear a hair shirt. But please just cover for me till I get these bloody papers back. Otherwise, none of this is going to happen.
Well, if he doesn't want pictures of the police, who does he want? Eeyore and Piglet?
Look, why don't we use one of these nice old bobbies, eh? Big grin, pointy hat, the sort Mum said you could ask the time.
These days, wiser to buy a watch.
Yeah.
What is it called? Honcho Chocolate. Director wants to know if he can move the shoot.
Ah, they've got an area launch. Call him back. Tell him no. I know. Laura,
David says the meeting's at 9, and to tell you it's not a colander, it's a sieve. Said you'd understand.
Yes, unfortunately I do.
And there's someone waiting in your office, an American, not so charming, called Larry Sicoli.
Who the hell is Larry Sicoli?
The Prime Minister has denied receiving a report critical of the building system used by Parlotte Construction, the firm responsible for Carlisle Infant School in Birmingham, which collapsed last February, and also the West Park Veterans Home, which collapsed in last week's fatal fire. But today, a government backbencher, Jonathan Dacre, said that he had discussed the report with the Prime Minister 3 months
Seems no big deal.
I imagine that's what they said on the Titanic when they saw the iceberg.
Like that.
I'm Sarah Copeland, owner of that chair. May I ask who you are?
Larry Sicoli, the creative vice president, Peter Palazzi. The agency your boss bought in New York.
Yes.
They asked me to fly across, maybe give you a little assistance.
Do you mind if I sit down?
Oh, sure.
Thank you.
Your desk.
Now, do please have a seat. Let me get this straight. David asked you to fly across from New York to give me some assistance.
That's right. Strong finish to the campaign. Ease your man back into Downing Street. I guess they told your boss. Told him when he came across. This your art man here?
I'm sorry, when he came across, they told David what?
Oh, I guess they told him that I'm the guy that elected Ronald Reagan. I'd say it's an exaggeration.
And try Lord Haston's private line.
Look at this. Second page of the Messenger. A junior minister in the last government is now said to have a large financial interest held by nominees in the controversial Parlotte construction firm.
Well, they do say the minister's not directly involved.
To most people, David, if it walks like a duck and it quacks like a duck, it's a duck. Financial interest is financial interest, especially when it's counted in millions.
where they say it's better to eat all the time. Just little bits. And you shouldn't eat regular meals because they sort of clog up your intestine or something.
Alessandra!
And
Sorry,
it makes
Carol,
you
this
put
is
on
so
weight.
important.
What do you think?
Excuse me, Warren's coming now.
Do you mind?
Carol,
The
this
thing
is important.
I do eat all the time.
Alessandra!
But then I have regular meals as well.
Hang on. What's the matter?
Oh, very nice. Ignore me.
Warren's asking everyone where Kim is. I didn't think. I said the last time I saw Kim, she was leaving the party with Stephen.
Oh, God, so he knows.
Have you seen my daughter?
Why does everybody ask me about Kim?
Well, who else has asked you?
Well, Stephen.
So much for Geoffrey's call to Lord Haston.
Excuse me a moment. David, this does
Yeah?
have a bearing. I am effectively running the political account, yes?
Yes.
I need to know where I stand. This morning, I find in my office an American who says he's vice president of Pater Palazzi.
Creative vice president, that's Larry Sicoli.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Whatever. Now, he says he's offering me assistance, which I neither need nor want, and has some crazy scheme for distracting attention from all of this by concocting, as far as I can understand, a foreign policy crisis.
We may, in fact, need some sort of diversion quite badly.
Francis.
Hiya. Mr. Strategy meeting? I made a few notes.
Now, Sarah, you already know. This is Francis Salt, Prime Minister's media advisor. Larry
How are you?
How do you
Nice
do?
to meet you.
Come there you are, Alessandra. No calls, but phone around, see if you can find Stephen. Tell him we have something of a political crisis. He's already more than 10 minutes late.
I'm told you've got something to show me.
I have. It's really important. It's a political report. These buildings, they knew that they'd collapse.
The Paramore buildings.
That's what it says.
My God, official report. That's wonderful. How did you get hold of this?
But this is absurd. I mean, it's bloody ridiculous.
I think we should let Larry finish. I mean, you said yourself, if this thing starts leaking, there's no easy way to bury it. Well, we've tried all the usual things of official secrets, threats of legal action, chats with the great and the good. We may have to face the fact. We could have Paramore stories across the board on polling day.
How many of these old fellas died?
Fortunately, not many. Well, 6, to be precise. But it may be argued that there is a principle involved in the area of foreknowledge and fatal risk. Do go on with your diversionary notion.
Just let me give you a little background. Now, right up into Grenada, Ronnie Reagan is down there, I mean, on the floor. Lowest rated president since Truman. Then, the White House calls us. They call the ad agency and they say, listen, we got this plan. We want you guys to do the ads. And we plan to kick the shit out of some little country in the Caribbean. Pardon my language.
Which message you received enthusiastically?
Absolutely not. I have to tell you, I'm a registered Democrat. There's no way I think we ought to send in the Marines to waste some bunch of blacks sitting down there cooking coconuts or whatever they do.
But it worked.
I have to tell you, gentlemen and lady, it worked like a dream.
hardly have time to invade islands, Mr. Sokoli, tomorrow. We go to the poles tomorrow.
There is no need to invade. We do it with a communist threat. They want one of your islands. Your government refuses to be blackmailed. Strong stand, patriotic appeal. We get that story across the media. Tomorrow they'll be hunting Cubans, RGs, whoever. Listen, papers love a war. It's tits and ass rolled into one with a fudge topping on it. If you pardon me.
I have work to do.
And precisely which of our possessions might the Cubans attack?
This little island right here, sir. Name of Diego Garcia.
Forgive my ignorance. Who or what is Diego Garcia?
It's a British possession in the Indian Ocean. We have Cuba attack Diego Garcia. We get the story out right across the media. I mean, soup to nuts. Then maybe, just maybe, we can turn this thing around.
You do realize the distance between Cuba and Diego Garcia?
Look at the distance Cuba to Angola. Plenty of Cuban army up there.
And you don't think anyone would check the story?
Check it how? There are no flights to Diego Garcia. It's a military base. You folk moved out all the natives, put them on some other island. By the time anybody gets down there, your election's over.
No, I'm sorry, David's in a meeting. Yes, and Sarah as well. I'm sorry, I've been specifically told not to interrupt.
They're still talking.
God, well, I'm supposed to check the papers, hold off Downing Street, type a report for the minister, find you. Where were you? Half the building's been hunting for you.
I had a problem, a traffic problem. Should I go in?
Well, I wouldn't. You're 45 minutes late, and I'm sorry to tell you, he wants your liver in a jar.
Seems to be a
And
common
Jane
desire.
Gould,
Listen,
you've got
my love.
clients waiting in the meeting room.
Oh, Christ, not already. Look, if you see Kim, would you let me know?
Stephen, have you ever thought of separating your work life and your sex life?
If I wanted advice from a secretary, Alessandra, I wouldn't come to you.
This, gentlemen, is your magazine advertising to break next June. Full page, full colour, and all the magazines in your schedule.
Brian, apologies for lateness. A little trouble. Never easy getting a government back. Oh, thanks a lot, Mike. I trust our Michael's given you an entertaining half hour.
We never do see advertising as entertainment, Stephen.
The amount we spend making movies is cheaper.
Warren, where's Sarah?
Sally!
She said she'd pass these for press.
Sarah's locked up with some nut from New York. Yes. No, she's in a meeting. With an American. Look, ask Sally. I'm not her bloody secretary. They want me out of here at the end of the month. Who else doesn't need damn work? Oh, hello. Where's my copy, smackhead? You fit to write it? Sally! Ha! Girl Friday. Rest of the week, not a footprint.
He's really down, Nick is. He says you won't talk to him.
I won't talk to him because I don't know what to say. I don't know if I want to marry him.
If it was me.
I sometimes wish it was you, Carol, but it's not. And I think he's still sleeping with Sarah.
Sally! Just stay here, will you? It's like a bloody phone exchange. What was that you said?
I said, have you got any chemicals tucked away?
Look, I told you, I don't do that anymore. Bloody Bolivian stuff was killing me.
Right, stay with the liquids.
Right.
Excuse me, Warren.
Oh. What?
Alessandra said you were looking for Stephen.
Yes, I am.
Well, he's back.
Right.
With Fowler Rutherford Foods.
You are probably responsible for causing Stephen grievous bodily harm. If not, terminal injury. Warren suspects Stephen may be bonking his daughter.
Oh, no! Warren! Where did you go then? Warren, where did you go?
He went that way.
And he's almost.
The 10th time I didn't touch your daughter.
What was she doing in your flat, Hallam?
I'll tell you what she was doing. Let me get up. What your daughter was doing was stealing a confidential report on these buildings that collapse.
Kim stole a confidential report.
Yeah.
How do you know she stole it?
I know that she stole it because she left a note saying so. Her actual words, give or take a few grammatical errors, were, I'm going to get these papers published and see that they lose the election, which may be happening at this moment.
So where's Kim now?
Somewhere in Fleet Street, breaking the Official Secrets Act. I mean, she could put us both in prison, a silly little bitch. Don't you call my daughter a bitch, you ponder!
God, he's got a bloody hard head, that Snoop.
Just happened with Warren. Alice, it was really sweet of you to come. Probably quite unreasonable at such short notice.
Be joining us later, will you?
Oh, maybe, Larry.
Lady, sorry.
Larry, over here.
Who's that? I don't know. But this whole legal thing scares the hell out of me. I suddenly thought, what if Paul does get custody of Daniel? Or if Daniel has to go there, I don't know, 1 week in 2, excuse me? Girl has something against me.
Look, I must warn you, this is off-the-record advice. I can't be your lawyer.
I know. My life gets more like a bad remake of Kramer versus Kramer. Custody, lawyers, moral probity.
He seems in a hurry.
Ah, Francis.
Well, excuse me, I can't join you for lunch. Recall to Downing Street. It seems that our leader has decided to ignore the security people and give his final fighting speech in Birmingham. Prove it can be done. Perhaps you could telephone me about 4. Let me know what you decide about some sort of media diversion.
Bent as a safety pin, that man. Oh, you didn't hear that.
Did she speak? Anyway, tell me, who's the American with all the charm?
Oh, dear God, don't remind me. I'm reminded. His name is Larry Sokoli, and he is vice president of the American outfit that David's bought.
So what's he doing over here?
You might ask, and the answer is he's supposed to be helping me win the election. You see, Mrs. Sokoli has a plan to divert media attention from Paramore's collapsing buildings. We spread a story saying that the Cubans have attacked one of our islands.
Is he serious?
I have a terrible feeling he just might be.
Oh, which island?
Diego Garcia. You've never heard of it. No one's ever heard of it. But Larry says there's a lot of votes in attacking islands. It worked like a dream in Grenada. Got the president right off the floor.
What gives him this political expertise?
Now, Larry says Larry is the guy that elected Ronald Reagan. But, says Larry, I have to tell you, Sarah, this is something of an exaggeration.
You seem to have lost Stephen.
Poor fellow. He's had a difficult day. Political account. They take endless hours.
So we see. And word is you may not succeed after all.
Sometime you must tell us the background of his building scandal. Did the PM really stop the report? Surely he could see to be held to pay.
Well, that's Postgate's business more than mine. Just between the three of us, I think the Prime Minister thought he could keep it quiet for a few days longer. Myself, I've decided to stay away from the politics and look after the big accounts. Yours and others. Just because there's an election, business doesn't stop. Which is really what we wanted to discuss.
One moment. You really think Henderson could go out?
Well, you recognize the possibility yourself. You've been moving the money to Germany for weeks.
You do that before any election. Coming back to the agency, you say Postgate will go if the election's lost?
There's no question. The whole place will be in chaos. I can't help thinking that your account may suffer.
Yeah, but you and Hallam are getting out before the ship goes down, if you'll pardon the illusion.
And you think we should move with you?
If we launch the new agency this week, Fowler Rutherford will be our largest account, and you will get the sort of service that goes with that premier position.
sounds attractive. But we have been wondering about the creative side of this new agency.
If you go, will you take Sarah Copeland with you?
I'm sorry, Sarah, but it's no good saying it's your business who you sleep with.
Well, whose business is it? I'm a conventional woman, Alice. There's only two of us involved.
Look, you asked me as a lawyer, and as a lawyer, I have to
sound like Larry Coley.
I mean that Paul's lawyer can portray you as a loose woman.
So Thomas Hardy is alive and well.
A loose woman who deserted her son to jump into bed with a pretty but innocent boy.
Epsom bath salts?
Should have heard the scream.
Were you there when he did it?
You asked me what they'll say in court. That's what they'll say. They'll hear that your son wants to live with his father, that the father is a wronged, respectable, professional man, and that you are an overpaid, oversexed, aggressive career woman.
You try this, Dusty. You never know yet. It may not be salt. When I first met Nick, he was a genuinely amusing young man.
But as soon as he gets back, I'll ask him to ring you. Yes, well, yes, I'll do.
Where are they? Those are official documents protected by the Secrets Act. Do you understand? It's illegal to handle those papers, Kim.
I know.
So where are they?
They're in Fleet Street. The messenger's printing them tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow?
What happened to your face?
You could go to court for this. We're talking prison.
I must say you make this new agency seem a most attractive proposition. Admirable level of service.
Chris.
See, a change we might be foolish not to consider, Brian. Of course, I need to know a great deal more than I've yet been told about the structure of the agency. I mean, staff, capital, turnover, profit forecast, research base, the usual information.
Of course. When we finish lunch, I have the figures in my office. There you are, sir.
Good.
If it comes to a legal fight, the courts will want to know of any possible discontinuity in your income.
Discontinuity?
They'll want to know if you're likely to be unemployed. For example, if David goes, will you go?
Yes, I'd say almost certainly. If we lose the election, it's thank you, David, and goodbye. I guess I'll go with him.
Sarah! Excuse me, love. I want a word with you.
Talking of David...
With whom I also urgently want a word.
Warren.
Oh, no, please, please. Don't deny me at this moment of rather base pleasure. No, you stay here. Continue your little coven. After all, three sisters spinning out their threads ought to make a rope you could hang some poor sod with.
He doesn't usually act like that.
Doesn't usually get fired, does he?
David, I have come to do you one last service to show the generosity of my spirit despite all. Now, do you happen to know what your deputy managing director is currently doing?
Why should I?
Oh, I think you should. I think you should, because at this moment in time, Gordon is moving the Fowler-Rutherford account right out of the agency. Uncaging the golden bird.
If you'll excuse me.
You are watching the rapid exit of a manager who may soon have very, very little to manage. Now, do you mind if I help you finish this rather neglected bottle of claret?
No, go right ahead. Be his guest.
You're not looking good. What happened to your...
Don't even ask. I've got some good news and some bad news. Good news is that they've silenced Dacre for the moment. He's made public that a report on those buildings exists, but he hasn't shown it to the press.
Yes, sir.
Bad news is Kim has.
going to be all over the papers tomorrow.
Polling day. Disaster.
Tell me something I don't already know. Suggest something, Sarah. What am I going to do?
You're going to have to get on to Downing Street. Tell Francis. Well, have him put a lid on the messenger. Receipt of stolen documents. Yeah, tell him. Do it now. I'm at a supermarket shoot. Oh. Get on with it. And Stephen, don't forget my terms. In writing. Okay?
I'll let you have the structure of the new agency. Personnel, accounts, capitalization. You can take it away, consider it, and then we'll talk tomorrow.
Is it wise to discuss this here?
Oh, as long as David hasn't planted any electronic devices. Carol, let me have your key, please.
It doesn't work. David got Stan to seal the lock while you were having lunch. He said there's some money missing. And until he's checked everything...
I think we'll leave you to sort this out.
No, I assure you that...
You stay here. We can see ourselves out.
Right. That's what he wants. Where is David?
Bye.
Vernon! Right. Pleasant lunch.
Oh, very pleasant. A little longer than we intended.
In fact, I was dictating a note to you. I didn't expect to see you. It was just to say that I'm changing the management on your account. For the moment, I'm putting Jeremy onto it, and Sarah Copeland will be working on it personally. They'll be taking over from Gordon. But Sarah, you know, of course. New on our board. Very charming woman. Quite brilliant. I'm sure you'll enjoy working with her. Now, listen, as soon as this election's over, let's do dinner. I'll get Alessandra to call you. We'll sort out the details.
Thank you.
Lovely.
Those are the terms for our agency. Now, we do need your decision. Could you open it at home, please?
What's happened?
Name it. I did what you said. Called Downing Street, talked to Francis. Well, listened to the little drama queen. Well, then Francis calmed down and called the Prime Minister.
In Birmingham?
PM said twist Tim Hall's arm.
Hall? I thought he was out of the country.
Yeah, he is, Rome. Francis got him on the line. Apparently, Hall's holding out for some sort of honour. Francis said that he couldn't promise.
Hall won't get any gongs if the government goes out.
I gather that's what Francis told him. Anyway, Hall talked to the messenger, put the owner's point of view. I've got to go down there now, see what the editor's decided.
We're not.
Why?
Quick call from Downing Street, end of story.
But this is Britain. thought we had burglars.
Oh, that.
What?
David had the lock sealed. May it please you to know that I have resigned. Destroyed me. In front of clients, implied that I was an embezzler.
I can't pretend I like your way of working, Gordon. You don't like mine, but you didn't really need to resign.
Blind rage.
You could have made him pay. David knew that.
We both knew. Then he locked me out. I lost the account and I went into his room and I said a lot of things I shouldn't have said. Not even to him.
Well, David was cool and charming.
Eventually he said, well, if that is really how you feel, Gordon, should you stay here? And he gave me the resignation letter again. Alessandra brought me a copy. I was so bloody angry.
But this time you signed it. Dear God, and rights only to standard company pension. Gordon! Well, that was a very expensive gesture.
I've been waiting for you. Warren called. Said he wasn't coming back in again this week.
Oh, this week? Election's tomorrow.
He's upset. Oh. I don't think he's coming in again at all.
Oh. Nine years, Warren and I have worked together. Are you going?
It's 8 o'clock. I just waited till you came back. I have to meet someone.
Well, enjoy. Yes.
Sarah? I was just wondering where you were.
Oh, Rose, I'm sorry. I should have phoned. Look, I'm on my way. Listen, where's Daniel?
Well, he's here somewhere. Hang on. Daniel? Daniel, Mum on the phone. He's here. Hello?
Hello, sweetie. What have you been doing? Mummy will be home in 40 minutes. No, I promise. I will read you a story, yes. Okay. Bye-bye.
According to latest reports, the Prime Minister has been trapped in Birmingham's Chamberlain Hall by a potentially violent crowd
I'll get back
his final election meeting. Our reporter is there, in the centre of the city.
Here in Birmingham, I am watching what is
You're serious about this?
I think you just might make it to the wire.
Well, let's bring in Sarah. I gathered she didn't go along with your other plan.
Oh, she did not.
But you want to try this? Sarah, yes, I've got something urgent.
I'm sure it's urgent, David. From where I sit, everything's urgent. You still here? Thought you were busy this evening.
No, somebody cancelled on me. Why? What do you have in mind?
The extent of the
The woman's
hostility has seen
exhausted.
Neville Henderson's political advisors completely
Bear with me a moment, would you? Oh, my love, I am sorry. I was on my way out and then something happened to the Prime Minister. Look, could you give me another half hour, please?
David, be honest with me. What can you do in half an hour?
I might just be able to win the election. We must settle this. I have an appointment.
Don't we all? My second night in London.
Sarah, did you see the last news bulletin? Apparently, the Prime Minister's been trapped by a crowd.
Pretty violent.
What, in Birmingham? So they simply send in the riot
Oh,
squad.
Larry's idea is that we should keep the police away for a while. You see, the Prime Minister's in there. Larry suggests leave him there. Put out a story his life's in danger.
Say the cops can't get to him.
We brief Downing Street, they brief the media.
Has to be front page, all the papers. Lead item, TV news, knock that construction business right out.
We can catch the mornings.
You can see the headlines. Rioters threaten Prime Minister's life.
And a really dramatic rescue. Mounted police, snipers.
No snipers. They'll kill each other.
And run the story right through polling day.
Sympathy vote. No question.
Well, it would make it a real old-fashioned law and order election now, wouldn't it?
Worth a try.
Worth a try.
Yeah.
I haven't heard anything better.
Can you put me on to Downing Street? See if they can find Francis Salk. Yeah, wherever he is, tell him it's of the utmost urgency.
Never heard anyone use that word before. Utmost.
Very English.
Now we just have to hope they don't get in and stop that riot.